Hello and welcome to the video. Before we get started, if you'd like to provide input on future content and get our weekly newsletter, click on our survey. The link will be below. We also have a report on Ethereum 2, along with a bonus report on why you should learn Solidity now. Again, the link will be below. Now on to the video, and thank you. Okay, so today we're continuing with Solana, and we're going to do some hands-on here. So the first thing is what we're going to do is we're going to go through one of the very simple examples and download. Actually, I've already downloaded. I'll show you how I did that. Build it, and then we're going to try to deploy it to the chain that we already have set up, the cluster that we have connected to, which is the development cluster. So first, let's have a look here. Pull the right thing up. I think this is it. No, yeah. So the first thing I had to do after I created the Solana dev directory is I had to get the code. And the way I did it is how we've done it other times, which is just do a git clone. This is an HTTPS, and this pulls down their entire program library of examples. And once you have that, you go into Solana program library, and I chose for this under examples, under Rust examples, I chose the logging example. So the next thing I did is I built it. Now, when I'm going to run the build again, but because I was using what they specify in the documentation here is to do it on the chain for the Solana BPF target, and BPF is Berkeley Packet Filter. It's basically the bytecode that Solana uses as opposed to, EVM or the JVM type bytecode. They use this BPF bytecode. And so you run this cargo build. You normally in Rust do cargo build. This is cargo build BPF. So let me run through that again. And it may not do as much. So since it's already built, we are going to then, it didn't do too much. So let's look at what it did when I did it originally. So since I did not have the BPF SDK, the first thing it did was install that, and that took a little bit. Then it ended up linking it, and so now you have the BPF API, and then it built the app. You see all these libraries it's including, and let's see. So it's doing all this, and in the result, you can see Rusty and install toolchain. So it's linking to the BPF. Let's see if I can see that script. Let's see. I don't know if I'll be able to find where it is, because it's probably running a script here. Let's see if I have. See if we can get a clue as to where it is. But it's clearly running a script. So I don't know. No. See if I can find it. So it's obviously doing a bunch of stuff. Don't know if we'll be able to find it easily. But the build BPF script will do all the necessary linking to the Solana BPF JDK, or Solidity SDK rather. All their libraries and stuff. So doesn't look like it's finding it. I'm gonna get out of this. Let's look here. See if we can go into source. No. See if I can find where it may have put it. Oh, I think they talked about it at the end of the here we go. Here's it's compiling, and okay. So it's actually in the target deploy. So it is under Solana, under the Solana program library target. So basically, when it builds it, it puts it in the project, the overall project's target library. So theoretically, we should be able to run this, and it should, in fact, deploy. And this is kind of nice that it just tells you exactly where everything is at. See what happens. Okay, so it looks like, okay. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Let's see here. We have, let me bring this up. We move this away and move this up. You see here where we were working with the Solana, and you can see it's connected. So let's try it here, because it may not be getting what it wants from that and able to find what it needs for that directory. No. So we get okay, it wants that key pair. So one, let's have a look. go. Okay, so we need to give it this -K, and let's see. Let's see if that works. That. Interesting. Let's try what it's saying. See if that works. And give us here. Paste. See what happens. So how do you... Oh, I bet it needs quotes around this. Okay. So let's see. See if this works. Can't get mnemonic from Seafrix. Okay. So, let's try it again. With here. Doing it here where we covered it. Okay. Well, I thought I had another. I do have another key phrase, and it does not like this one for some reason. Let's try it again with that one, see if it'll work. There we go. That's looking better. Okay. This is another. Okay, I see what we got to do. Look up here, and it says out file. So if we do something like this, and then let's see if we can do it this way. Copy, paste. Okay. Now, hopefully, it'll work. That's odd. Let's do this. Remember what we did the other day is we were actually able to do an airdrop. So what is our keygen here? BFW. Okay. So the way we solve that is Solana 1 air. And then we put this account here. And that should hopefully solve the problem. Oh, maybe it's airdrop 1. There we go. So what it's doing is it's putting it in, and now hopefully it'll has sufficient funds because we specifically did an airdrop, and why it does not like recover the intermediate account and so I use the exact keygen. So fine, let's try this. Let's try this, we'll do it this way. It complained it didn't like the pass key, so we'll just give it the new one. And then see if that works. See if we can airdrop into wherever. Oh, I see what we did. Now we put in the seed phrase and copy that. Okay. Now let's do the airdrop to this. Let's do this. I want to see. Okay, so I want to see what account we have. See if I can get that. I'm going to try something. Oh. Let's do the airdrop. And put that account in. And then try account again. I didn't get the right one. All right. Here we go. You know what? I'm going to try this deploy. I think I may be missing the because we use the URL in pretty much every transaction. Let me try running this command again. I'm just curious. So we're running into a little, see what we get. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see if we could look at, okay. And let's change this to WS. Now it should find that. And there we go. Okay, finally. So what you have to do is point it to the key pair. So you have Solana program deploy, location of the program, and the key pair. This is the key pair for my account. The one that we had been using to when we did this balance. And you can see here that it does come up with the correct balance. So I am not sure exactly why it didn't work the first time. But the good thing is we didn't overwrite the good keypad pair. Let's go. Now I'm getting curious. I want to go back to when we first attempt to deploy, because okay, so then I looked at help, and only difference here is I did K instead of keep. So should have been the same thing. Honestly, I do not know why this did not work initially. Maybe I didn't, why it gave me this error. But we finally got it done, and you can see it did use it from this account. So you have to know where your key pair is at. You have to, it's just once if you have that correct. And like I said, it should have worked initially. I don't know why it didn't, because theoretically you should be able to use K. But anyway, so now before we conclude, I know this is getting a little long. I want to show you the program itself. So let me make sure I got the right window up here. Let's see. Let's do, I think this will, okay. So let's find that window. And let's go here. And let's go to, let's see, examples. And let's look at logging, because that's the one that we deployed and compiled. So let's look first at the cargo.toml. This is like the pom.xml file if you're using Maven. And names the name, the whole bunch of stuff, features, dependencies, what it's looking for in terms of libraries, the crates it's using, and the target. So now let's look at the source. And we have 3 different files. The first one is the entry point. And that's, as we discussed, is pretty defined for Solana. The account info, the, let's see. So this is what it's using, account info, entry point. So these are the things from the Solana crate. And the program ID, account, instruction, that's the program, and then the result. It's going to process instruction. So then, and lid.rs kind of brings together the entry point and the processor. And then finally, we get the, this is where the action takes place. And you can see we're using the stuff from the Solana crate. And it takes the count, the public key, the instruction. And the result is it's going to log a string and message status string, message instruction data. So 5 numbers. And then it's gonna log different things, message, program ID, parameters, compute units, a whole bunch of stuff it's going to log. And that's essentially what it is. The key thing to understand here is the way this thing works. this Solana program works. You have an entry point that is pulled together with, connected in essence, to the processor through this librs file. The processor and the entry point is essentially going to send a message to process the instruction. That's what it's going to do. And the processor is where the action takes place. So that's essentially how all these Solana programs work. You have an entry point, you pass it stuff, and it sends a message to the processor that knows how to process the message. So anyway, I know this ran a little bit long, but hopefully it's been helpful and useful. And thank you for watching. Thank you if you stuck with me for this demonstration. It took a little longer than I expected, but the thing is, when things get a little fuzzy and not working immediately, hopefully you learned from that. Hopefully you saw how I had to play with it until I was able to get what I thought should have been that I thought should have worked initially, but for whatever reason it didn't. We kind of went back to the beginning there and got it to work. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you next time.